Good evening, fellow collectors. January 4th, 2011. My third video in 3 days. And like I always say, wait, before I do that, I want to preface it by saying this. In my estimation, forgeries on eBay are at an all-time high, and I'll tell you why. People who sell forgeries know they can get away with it because they know eBay has the stupidest buyers of autographs in the world. The most gullible bunch of people of autograph buyers on eBay. That's where they reside. eBay is a haven for people who sell forgeries. And as we all know, 80% of the people who buy and sell autographs on eBay don't have a clue about autographs. And also, contained in every listing, and if you're a seller, listen to this. I don't care where you got your autograph from, and you're reselling it. Well, I didn't know it was fake. Contained in every autograph and auction listing is the following statement. Seller assumes all responsibility for this listing. It's your responsibility to know whether or not you're selling an authentic or forgery when it comes to autographs. And as we all know, eBay autograph buyers are not the sharpest tools in the shed. You know, I get all kinds of nasty emails. You know, why you call eBay autograph buyers morons and idiots? You insult them by calling them that. Well, you buyers insult us by buying this stuff and diluting the hobby. You people are half the problem, you buyers, when it comes to forgeries. You people have no business buying this stuff because you don't know one iota about autographs. You think that because some guy's got a piece of paper printed from his computer that it must be authentic. How dumb can you be? I'm going to show you some awesomely awful autographs. I mean, I'm going to show you the ugliest mantle I have ever seen, and I can't believe some moron, a couple morons, bid on this crap. There it is. Ugliest Mickey Mantle you'll ever see with an inscription .75. I don't know what that means. It sold for $127.50 from seller Sam411. WON. Item number 2905-1674-7667. It's unbelievable that people even looked at this. This is unbelievable. The worst mantle forgery I have ever seen. Unbelievable. Look at that piece of crap. Unbelievable. Alright, I'm going to use up a lot of time today, so let's keep looking at this stuff. Another Mickey Mantle forgery. Look at that awful Mickey Mantle. This is your usual, typical Operation Bullpen Shop at Home forgery from seller Marge NorCal Mag. Marge NorCal Mag, item number 3305-1546-9569. Ugly Mickey Mantle forgery. I challenge anybody to prove me wrong like I always say in all of my videos. Just prove me wrong. From the same seller, Marge NorCal Mag, this pitiful looking Derek Jeter forgery. That is just pathetic and sick. Item number 3305-1547-0511. And it makes you wonder why, you know, if you want to find a real Mickey Mantle, legitimate, authentic autograph for a Derek Jeter, for Jeter, look up some Steiner stuff. For Mantle, look up some UDA or PSA auctions, and then compare them to the stuff I'm showing here. If you can't see a difference, an obvious difference, then you need glasses, or that you know you're buying a forgery and you're going to flip it somewhere else. But you people who buy this stuff, you people are total morons for buying this stuff. Why would you buy something that you know absolutely nothing about? And eBay does not filter out forgeries. And when it comes to the final bid price, you get what you pay for. Unbelievable. Another Mickey Mantle forgery. This is, again, your typical shop at home Operation Bullpen Mickey Mantle forgery from seller Gold Silver Pawn. Item number 2607-1347-7030. And as we all know, back in the day in the mid-late 90s, shop at home TV programs were duped into buying $750,000 worth of forgeries, which were then sold to consumers. This is one of them. It's a shop at home piece of crap. Look at that. Look at that awful mantle. A shop at home piece of crap mantle. How about an A-Rod Jeter forgery on a jersey from seller Crazy K33. Crazy K33. There it is right there. Item number 1904-8660-1566 from seller Crazy K33. And there actually is a bid on this piece of crap. It's unbelievable what people bid on. You know, people can't sell their legitimate stuff because people tend to buy, because they have no idea what they're doing, cheap forgeries on eBay. The money eBay makes on forgeries is just incredible. Another Mickey Mantle forgery on a photograph from seller Death by Sexy. Item number 1505-4131-7347. And all of us who remember Operation Bullpen, we all know about Howard's, don't we? This is a Howard's Mickey Mantle forgery right there. People are bidding on that piece of crap. Shows you how little, you know, it's amazing that the hobby has been ruined. I mean, eBay could be a good thing when it comes to cards and autographs, but it's actually helped to ruin and dilute the hobby. Because you get all kinds of fraud being committed on eBay. And this is fraud. No doubt about it, it's fraud. It's 100% fraud. Another one of these junk 500 Home Run Club lithographs from seller Black Gold Forever, who I've shown forgeries of his stuff before. This is item number 1106-2946-2922 from seller Black Gold Forever. Just pitiful, horrible forgeries on this 500 Home Run Club lithograph from seller Black Gold Forever. And another Mantle forgery from the same seller, Black Gold Forever. There it is right there. Item number 1106-2950-0323 from seller Black Gold Forever. A ugly looking Mickey Mantle forgery. It's incredible that, you know, with all the information available all over the place, people still buy this stuff, which proves, one, they don't know what the hell they're doing, and number two, they're gullible, and number three, they don't do any research. If you're going to buy a car, you're going to do some research? Of course you are. Why not do it on autographs? Especially if you know nothing about autographs, and these buyers cannot call themselves autograph collectors because they're not. Real autograph collectors don't give this stuff a second look. Alright, from seller All Out Sports. All Out Sports, some horrible stuff. This guy sells nothing but junk. That's supposed to be an Albert Pujols autographed baseball. Look at that pathetic piece of forgery from seller All Out Sports. Sold for a whopping $21.57. And if you're a buyer, do you really think you got an Albert Pujols authentic autograph on a baseball for $21.57? Don't call yourself an Albert Pujols autograph collector, because you're not. Because this is a piece of crap. Item number 2607-0689-4815. That terrible Albert Pujols forgery. From the same seller, another Albert Pujols forgery. There it is right there. I think I read the feedback comment, something to the effect of, I love this treasure or something like that. That's an Albert Pujols forgery from seller All Out Sports. Sold for a whopping $36.01. Item number 2606-8376-0729. This seller, All Out Sports, sells nothing but crap. These forgeries he's making are at best cartoonish. That's all they are. They're cartoonish. What's that supposed to be? Figure that out. It's supposed to be a Tom Brady signed football. What an ugly looking piece of forgery from seller All Out Sports. Does the buyer of this really think he got a Tom Brady signed football for $51? Do you know how difficult it is to get Tom Brady to sign a football or a jersey or anything like that? Yeah. How do you think this seller can get to him and you can't? He doesn't. This is a forgery. Item number 2607-0689-4089. There it is. Hope this guy does not call himself a Tom Brady autograph collector, because he's not. These people are wannabe collectors. That's all they are. They're wannabe collectors. You might find that insulting, but I find it insulting that you guys dilute the hobby and are killing the hobby by allowing this stuff. Because when you buy this stuff, you keep these sellers in business, and it will no longer be tolerated. That's why I do these videos. I don't get anything out of this for the most part. Nothing. I never promote myself. I expose sellers who sell forgeries, period. Brett Favre forgery on a football. Look at this piece of crap from All Out Sports. Item number 2606-8093-9575. You got a Brett Favre authentic football for $76.01? I don't think so. Favre does not sign footballs. I'll tell you why, for the most part. Because he likes to make money selling them on his website. You really think you got an authentic Favre autograph on a football for $76? If you're the buyer of that piece of crap, think again. Have some common sense. Did you ask the seller where he got all this stuff from? I bet not. You just assume it's on eBay. It's got to be good. As a matter of fact, eBay is probably the most unsafest place to buy an autograph. Think about that, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Because you autograph buyers are not the sharpest tools in the shed when it comes to autographs. A couple more, then we'll be done. Look at this. Just ugly looking, raggedy looking Dan Marino forgery from seller All Out Sports. Item number 2607-028-3067. Sold for a whopping $10.50. Look at that Dan Marino. You know, Dan Marino was actually interviewed during the HBO Sports program about all the forgeries, Operation Bullpen and crap like that. He even said almost all the crap of his on eBay is forgeries, period. But this buyer thinks he got one for $10.50. Unbelievable. Well, one last item. Eli Payton and Archie Manning, all penned by one person. Much better on the eBay site if you type in the item number, but they're all just horrible forgeries from seller All Out Sports. Item number 2607-0123-0292. Sold for a whopping $13.49. Hey, if you're a buyer, you really think you got an authentic Manning family autograph photo? Absolutely not. I would love to hear from you. You buyers never comment. I want to know why you buy this stuff. Put a comment underneath this video, because I want to know why you buy this crap. I want to know why you have no common sense. I want to know why you believe this seller, like All Out Sports, is selling authentic autograph items. You get what you pay for. If you're not going to pay for a decent amount of money for an autograph, don't expect it to be authentic. You don't get lucky on eBay. You get ripped off. I'll see you guys.